every day I pray to get to know you. Please wanna be close to you. Yes, I'm so hungry. You're like water for my soul when it gets thirsty. Without you, there's no me. You're the air that I breathe. Says sometimes the world is dark and I just can't see. With the demons around all around to bring me down to negativity, but I believe, yes, I believe. I see that I believe. I just let my home to feet won't be brought down on one knee. I fight with all of my might and get these demons to flee. Hashem's rays, fire blaze, burn bright and I believe. Hashem's rays, fire blaze, burn bright and I believe. Out of darkness comes light, twilight unto the heights. Crown heights, you're burning up all through the twilight. So thank you to my God, and I finally got it right. Now I fight with all of my heart and all of my soul and all of my might. Said, what's this feeling? My love will rip a hole in the ceiling. Giving myself to you now from the essence of my being. And I sing to my God, songs of love and healing. I want Mashiach now. Time it starts revealing. What's this feeling? My love will rip a hole in the ceiling. Giving myself to you now from the essence of my being. And I sing to my God, songs of love and healing. I want Mashiach now. Stripping away the layers and reveal your soul. You gotta give yourself up and then you become whole. You're a slave to yourself and them don't even know. Want to live the fast life but your brain moves slow. If you're trying to stay high, you're bound to stay low. You want God but you couldn't inflate your ego. You're already there, then there's nowhere to go. Your cup's already full, then that's bound to overflow. If you're drowning in the waters and you can't stay afloat, ask Hashem for mercy and He'll throw you a rope. Looking for help from God, you'll say He couldn't be found. Searching up to the sky, looking beneath the ground like a king without his crown. You keep falling down, and I really want to live but can't get rid of your frown. You're trying to reach onto the heights and found down, bound on the ground. Giving up your pride, then you heard a sound. Out of night comes day, out of day comes light. And nullifying to the one like sunlight in a ray. Make room for His love, hope fire gun blaze. Making room for His love and a fire gun blaze. What's this feeling? My love will rip a hole in the ceiling. Give myself to you now from the essence of my being. And I sing to my God, songs of love and healing. I want Mashiach now. Time it starts revealing. What's this feeling? My love will rip the skylight in the ceiling. Give myself to you from the essence of my being. And I sing to my God, songs of love and healing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Circle down upon a mountain thunder. You feel it in your chest. Shiggy yiggy oh, yiggy yiggy oh. Say thunder. You feel it in your, I feel it in your thunder. You feel it in your, I feel it in your thunder. You feel it in your, I feel it in your What's this feeling? My love will rip a hole in the ceiling. Give myself to you from the essence of my being. Sing to my God. See what you, see what you, oh, yeah, shape of a lion. Burn a sacrifice of pride and ride down to Mount Zion. Fire descends from on high in the shape of a lion. Burn a sacrifice of pride and ride down to Mount Zion. Rub me the wrong way, taking the highway. Rubbing sticks together, but your fire's man-made. Capitalize on hot air, soar like an airplane. Gonna rise in the sky, quick kind of cocaine. False part of suicide, but you got nothing to gain. Babylon's buildings raised like flames, drowning in champagne. Explosion, full of hand grenade. So stain blowing up in your own domain. Firecrackers win out, but they never maintain. Fires burning, flames are dancing. Don't burn our house down, no. content with anything, while the rich man's hands are empty, but he's sitting like a king. Fires burning, flames are dancing, don't burn the house down, no. Heavenly fire only resides on the altar made from the ground. Backpack getting heavy, moving at a steady pace, carrying bricks on your shoulders and lead around your waist, making way, run in haste. There is no time to taste what you wait. We should be grateful, got a plate full, fire for like ice morsels, falling fire like rain. Fire descends from on high in the shape of a lion. Burn a sacrifice of pride and ride on the Mount Zion. Fire descends from on high in the shape of a lion. Burn a sacrifice of pride and ride on the Mount Zion. You should be more subtle. You could keep your hustle, keep your laugh, and keep your chuckle, flash your muscle, brass knuckle, bust your bubble, go pop. Take off the muzzle, hate to ruffle, feathers raking Brussels, struggle through the rubble, concrete jungle, brisk in Brussels, slip and shuffle, stumble into trouble, spirit rumble in the crumble, mumble nothing, you should be more humble. In the continental, call your bluff, your puff and smoke, it's fundamental. In this ocean, you're a pebble. Fires burning, flames are dancing, don't burn the house down, no. Heavenly fire only resides on an altar made from the ground. Say, Lord, raise me up from the ground. I've been here too long. I said, Lord, raise me up from the ground. I've been here too long. I said, Lord, raise me up from the ground. Yeah. I've been here too long. I said, Lord, won't you raise me up from the ground? Oh, 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 yeah. See, I've been gone for so long. Where my mom been at? Won't you please wake me up? Won't you please bring me back? Daydream, fantasy, and my mind went to sleep. Eyes closed, deaf and mute, with my heart heavy. Won't you please wake me up and shake me up and take me up? Said Babylon won't break me shockwave. Yes, I had enough to open up and lift the gates. Redemption coming like a runaway truck. Oh, Ricky, duck, duck, duck. You make my heart pure to serve you, and I'm bound to erupt. You lift me up from quicksand, and a world gone corrupt, no longer stuck. Whoop up and away we go. Jerusalem is my home. Say, Lord, raise me up from the ground. I've been here too long. I said, Lord, raise me up from the ground. Lord, raise me up from the ground. I've been here too long, yo. Yeah, bassman. Oh, oh. etched into my brain. Elevation, a shield that David blazed into my brain waves. And I'm blazing my soul like a sword in ancient days, when protection surrounded me like the sun's rays. Starry David etched into my brain. Elevation, a shield that David blazed into my brain waves. I'm raising my soul like a sword in ancient days, when protection surrounded me like the sun's rays. Lord, raise me up from the ground. I've been here too long, I said, Lord, raise me up from the ground. I said, Lord, raise me up now from the ground. I've been here too long, yo. My boy. My boy. Can't stop, drop and roll. Fire been burning, out of control and burning. Keep the hearts all yearning, and the heads them keep on turning. I dig in, sinking my teeth in spit fire, cause I'm the last dragon. Knock them down, sizzling with the vision. New York City to Jerusalem, concrete jungle but down Babylon. Cause a simple man am I, with my chest up to the sky. When I walk by, my tongue bright, I like the wind rewind. By your side when nighttime it runs on, the children they ride high, be standing on the sun, burning to the light, burning to the sun. Find these lines that climb from inside the dream, in between the words you might hear me slur as the vision it blurs. And a sunset you don't know who to follow, and a path that they pass seems shallow. You never know where you might go, but the seed that you're planting is the seed that you sow. And rain down at midnight, I ride my bike, king with my broken crown, Brooklyn Bridge to Crown Heights. I'll be by your side when nighttime it runs on, the children they ride high, be standing on the sun. Verses of praise are like a double-edged sword. With the glory of the Lord you could never ignore. Pushing up on the sky, settle down upon the floor. I said my heart is clean, yeah, my heart is pure. Ding, they will let out a roar that opened up the floorboard. And Eliyahu's in where I swim from shore to shore. Drop down, coming inside, bleed, yamming inside, please for more. I'm desperate like it's you or the end of me. Man, I want a negativity, only bring me down. Burn away my brain is too compound. I'm elevating my soul, I'm purifying my sound like the sun of a ray, burning up to a cloud. So I fool from my brain, let it rain till I drown thunder. Let the blessings come down, yeah, you found my soul. Raise it up from the ground, found my soul and raise it up from the ground. You said you run, but you could not hide. And all them crazy murderers will never run from inside. Them try to keep me down cause them see no joy. All I'm know is them run till you call a man a boy, I ain't no toy. Can't you see now, open up your eyes. Every politician is a human in disguise. Said my peaceful race is wrong and it won't come my way. Said it's time to work and it ain't no time now.
We have a caller on there. Caller, go ahead.
This one's dedicated to all the freaky people out there. All us lovely freaks and weirdos. We're just trying to make it through life, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's rough out there. Just try to keep a sense of humor. Try to stay human, you know what I'm saying? Starvation is a creation of the devil, a rebel. I'm bringing food to the people like a widow, bringing flowers to a grave in the middle of the city. Isolation is a riddle, to be surrounded by a million other people, but feel alone like a tree in the desert, dried up like the skin of a lizard, but full of color like the spots of a leopard. Drum and bass pull me in like a shepherd, scratch my itch like a needle on a record. Full of life like a man gone to Mecca, sky high like an eagle up soaring. I speak low but I'm like a lion roaring, baritone like a Robeson recording. I'm giving thanks for being human every morning. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom bap. Can I hear it once again? Boom bap. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every box got a right to be booming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom bap. Can I hear it once again? Boom bap. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every flower got a right to be blooming. Be resistant. The negativity, we keep it at a distance. Call for backup and I give you some assistance. Like a lifesaver deep in the ocean. Stay afloat here upon the funky motion. Rock and roll upon the waves of the season. Hold your breath and you're underwater breathing. To be rhyming without a real reason is to claim but not to practice a religion. If television is the drug of the nation, satellite is immaculate reception. Beaming in, they can look and they can listen. So you see, don't believe in the system to legalize you or give you your freedom. You want rights? Ask them, they'll read them. But every flower got a right to be blooming. Stay human, because the streets are alive with the sound of boom bap. Can I hear it once again? Boom bap. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every box got a right to be booming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom bap. Can I hear it once again? Boom bap. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every flower got a right to be blooming. Because all the freaky people make the beauty of the world. All the freaky people make the beauty of the world. Because all the freaky people make the beauty of the world. All the freaky people make the beauty of the world. Because all the freaky people make the beauty of the world. All the freaky people make the beauty of the world. See, all the freaky people make the beauty of the world. All the freaky people stay human. See why? 2K, you know, is the moment. In time we find that we can open up a heart that's broken by the pain of words not spoken, nor shot by guns are still smoking. Cartwrights out on the Ponderosa, or drive by bang and Testarossa. We need to heed the words of Dalai Lama, or at least the words of your mama. Take a mental trip to the Bahamas, steam your body in the stereo sauna, comma. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every box got a right to be booming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every flower got a right to be blooming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every box got a right to be booming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every flower got a right to be blooming. And every box got a right to be booming. And every child got a right to be zooming. Every voice got a right to be Scooby-Dooing. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooing. Scooby-Dooing. Cause all the freaky people make the beauty of the world.
Party people with
Oh, I'm sorry. Guitar. Okay. I just want to.
Which side do you want the guitar on?
Over here.
Okay.
Okay. The patch cord got unplugged. Where did it go?
I got it. There you go.
Thank you, Shani. Well done.
You're welcome.
Just want
Caught on my shirt.
Yeah, those things happen. So. Oh, what do we start now? What's our first song?
The first song is Belling Cat.
Okay, so that's a
Boron and
boron.
voice.
Yeah. I just want to. Okay, I am still in tune. That's what I was concerned about. We said it was out of tune.
Jerlyn, I don't have any Baron songs on this set that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Okay. We did Belling the Cat, so it can't be that.
No, that was sound check.
Pardon?
That was a sound check.
No, we did it. We just did it in the last.
No, we did it before the last set. It was during sound check that we're checking our levels all together on the chorus. We have not done Belling the Cat for this.
We haven't?
No.
Oh boy. All right, wake me up. There's a microphone right there. Okay. Yep.
People from the
sorry. We have people from Occupy here.
Oh, all right. So, listen, we're getting better. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready for some more music? Have you had a cup of tea?
Yeah.
Lovely.
And you're ready to sing? Yeah. All right.
I saw some of this going on. I know we have some people here from the Occupy movement, which is fantastic and gladdens my heart immeasurably. I learned that at the St. Paul's Occupy. So, now you know this one because you've heard it before. You were singing it with us. We did this at sound check, so I will expect lots of singing back. Okay, I'll get heavy for a moment. Like I said, this one's about bullying. It's about tackling bullying. We've all been in situations where we see things done and said, which we think, how could they? I wouldn't. Oh, goodness. When people behave badly, deliberately, and nobody calls them on it, because it's scary, because you don't want to make a scene, because, in my case, you're British and you don't do things like that. I don't know about how it's like over here. Because you don't want to rock the boat, because it's somebody else's responsibility, or because you don't have that kind of hero thing in you. It goes on unchecked, and it can damage people and institutions for a very long time. It's scary to stand up to bullies, but if people stand up together, it can make a difference. So if you see somebody standing up, for goodness sake, back them. Okay, enough with the heavy.
Yeah.
So, are we going to be brave little mice now?
Yeah.
Let the bravest mice spell him so every mouse knows. Sing! Every mouse knows, every mouse knows. Let the bravest mice spell him so every mouse knows. Oh my word, and you did, didn't you? I wouldn't do the things some people do. I wouldn't say that, and neither would you. This is malice aforethought, I'm certain of that. And to know it and name it's just belling the cat. Sing! Belling the cat! Belling the cat, and to know it and his name is just belling the cat. Till every mouse knows, every mouse knows. Let the bravest mice spell him so every mouse knows. Yeah. Now reasonable people do reasonable things. Courtesy merits as courtesy brings, but it's not universal, so heed my advice. There are people prepared to be not very nice. Not very nice, not very nice. There are people prepared to be not very nice. So we're belling the cat, belling the cat. And to know it and his name is just belling the cat. Till every mouse knows, every mouse knows. Let the bravest mice spell him so every mouse knows. He meant that. We must have misheard. I expect he'll behave if I have a quiet word. It'll sort itself out. Shall we see how things go? I say that's enough chances. Let's stand and say no. Stand and say no. Stand and say no. I say that's enough chances. Let's stand and say no. Not very nice. Not very nice. There are people prepared to be not very nice. So we're belling the cat. Belling the cat. And to know it and name it's just belling the cat. Till every mouse knows, every mouse knows. Let the bravest mice bell him so every mouse knows. We're belling the cat, belling the cat. And to know it and name it's just belling the cat. Till every mouse knows, every mouse knows. Let the bravest mice bell him so every mouse knows. Every mouse knows, oh every mouse knows. Shh. Let the bravest mice spell him so every mouse knows. Thank you. Yes, I did extend that song, my bandmates. That was not as practiced, because I was having too much fun. I wanted the chorus again. Okay. Now, we're in a bookshop. And what does a Talis sing when she's in a bookshop? Some of you may know. Some of you heard this before. I was sitting in a library alone one afternoon when I cast my eye along a row of books. Oh, I have to watch this. And a most attractive volume. I tell you what, do you want to come up on stage? Come up on stage, just because there's room, isn't there? There's room for this one. This most attractive volume caught my gaze and held it firm. I thought I'd take it out and have a look. But as I reached out to touch it, and before I got near, a voice like none I'd ever heard said softly in my ear, you should know I'm not an easy read. You're gonna have to take your time with me, 'cause I've been read by other men before. They all left their bookmarks in me. Don't you want to run your fingers up and down my spine? You show me your chapter headings, I'll show you mine. I want to share your pillow and be there when you wake. Come on, baby, turn my pages. I'm not easily astonished, but I was a little shocked by the tone this conversation quickly took. I was broad-minded as most folk, but this was something new. I was being propositioned by a book. She was dressed in clinging vellum. She had title, she had poise, the kind of first edition. So what's the matter from the boys? And she said, you should know I'm not an easy read. You're gonna have to take your time with me, 'cause I've been read by other men before, and they all left their bookmarks in me. Don't you want to run your fingers up and down my spine? You show me your chapter headings, I'll show you mine. I want to share your pillow and be there when you wake. Come on, baby, turn my pages. I'll let you be my dedication. You can see my illustration. I'm no pocket paperback, no throwaway edition. We could spend time together. Would you like me wrapped in leather? Tell me what's your favorite reading position? I really like it when the binding's tight. I promise you I'm better read by candlelight. Oh, won't you make me last? Don't be in a hurry to end. Come on, baby, turn my pages. I long to feel your hands upon my skin. Start at the beginning, honey, work your way in. You know that you can take me anywhere you choose. Come on, baby, turn my pages. Come on, baby, turn my pages. Come on, baby, turn my pages. I'm having too much fun up here. Okay, right, this next song, this is a Chicago song, and I did it a couple of years ago when I was over in Chicago for the DuckCon event. I think it's still there. There is a shrine to Mary in an underpass in Chicago, where the water and the salt and the rust coming down from the road above made a shape on the wall that some people perceived as Mary. Now, that's not my faith, but I'm very ecumenical in my beliefs, and I loved the idea of this. It came out in a song, and then it came out in another song from the other side. So My Lady of the Underpass is on my album The Hearth and the Hive, which I can tell you all about because I haven't even got any here because they sold out, which was about somebody experiencing this place that had been made sacred and what it meant to them. And then I got this next song, which is about the point of view of the entity that is the shape on the wall. It's called Underpass Mary. Underpass Mary's not long been a god. She was once simply salt stains and rust. But faith can work wonders, and now that's a job. Ever patient, she does what she must. Daily they bring her their whispers and tears, the skeptics, the hopeful, the proud, with strong faith or weak faith or no faith at all. And she does what she can for the crowd, and she gives them what comforts allowed. Underpass Mary knows time's against her. When the rain chooses to wash her away, she'll just dissolve like a marshmallow icon. Salt stains and rust inspire no one to pray. No candles for Mary today. Ooh, 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 ooh. Underpass Mary's not long been a god. She was once simply rust stains and salt, but they saw the shape of her, gave her a name, and she quickened with each gift they brought. Wishes and candles and riddles and tears, she can't tell them all, but she'll try. Oh, and seasonal weather brings seasonal fears, and when hurricane season comes by, her faithful keep watch on the sky. Underpass Mary shoulders her godhood, deity costs her all she can pay. When the rain chooses to reclaim her altar, salt stains and rust will be washed clean away. Underpass Mary knows time's against her. When the rain chooses to wash her away, she'll just dissolve like a marshmallow icon. Salt stains and rust inspire no one to pray. No candles for Mary today. No candles for Underpass Mary today. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Underpass Mary's not long been a god. Underpass Mary's not long been a god. Underpass Mary's not long been a god. Thank you. Okay, I write about new things and old things. In some cases, some very, very old things. Some of the oldest stories. I have a bit of a classical bent going on, Greek and Roman mythology and so on. Of course, there are some of the most ancient stories, but we only have the original writer's word that that's how things went. But before that. When I did this test on Saturday, my friend Naomi brought me this poem by Dorothy Parker, which I hadn't known, and I just want to share it with you, and then I'll do the song. It's called Penelope. In the pathway of the sun, in the footsteps of the breeze, where the world and sky are one, he shall ride the silver seas, he shall cut the glittering wave. I shall sit at home and rock, rise to heed a neighbour's knock, brew my tea and snip my thread, bleach the linen for my bed. They will call him brave. The song's called 10 Years. After he left me, queen of the island and the mother of his child, I beach on the sea. Still I was happy to wait for a while, but you know, 10 years is an awfully long time when there's no guarantee he'll be home. And the war's over so long, I was still queen and alone. Here's how it was. Our son was grown now. Yes, I took lovers, and why should I not? I knew the names, Circe, Calypso. Did they know my name? The wife he forgot, 'cause you know, 10 years is an awfully long time, and there's no guarantee he'll be back. And the war's so far away, too many ships' sails have turned black. Here we go.
10 years, 10 years, 10 years too long. 10 years, 10 years, 10 years too long.
Oh, here's how it was. There was this poet, eloquent, charming, and here in my home. Oh, he wrote the books, yeah. He wrote the stories. He wrote me waiting all that time alone, as if 10 years were a reasonable time, as if love waits without hope. And when men go fighting their wars, their wives are expected to cope. Here's how it was. After he left me, I tired of waiting and sleeping alone. I'm queen still. I rule it wisely. 20 years later, he still isn't home, and he still isn't home. And if 10 years is an awfully long time, then 10 more is 10 years too long. And the daughters and the lovers and the mothers and the wives will decide what's remembered. Will decide what's remembered in song.
10 years, 10 years, 10 years too long. 10 years, 10 years, 10 years too long. 10 years,
What am I
10
blind?
years,
What am I
10
stone?
years too long.
Still queen, still alone.
10 years,
Everyone
10
heard,
years,
everyone knew
10 years too long.
all about her, all about you.
10 years,
What am I blind? What am I
10
stone?
years too long.
Still queen, still alone.
10 years,
Everyone
10
heard,
years,
everyone
10
knew
years too long.
all about her, all about you. Oh yes, they all heard all about her, all about you. Don't cry, baby. Dad has gone to the war. He'll be back in a year or 3. Okay, another book-inspired piece. This is not. Well, okay, it is. Huh. I'm not sure who's heard this one before. This might be known quite a lot of you. It's called Head of a Pin. It's a very serious song, isn't it, bandmates? Very serious song.
Yes, very
Yes, very.
How many angels? How many angels? How many angels? How many angels dancing on the head of a pin? On the head of a pin? Oh, I have to watch this. So, you take this picture and reverse it. Draw a line connecting all the eyes. There's a pattern. It's a well-known constellation. So you subdivide the distance from the landmark in the picture to the calculated center of that well-known constellation by the shoe size of the artist. Translate that into Latin, whereupon you'll find the numerals, if looked at in a mirror, spell the name of somewhere ancient where the poor Knights of St. John did something secret. That's Knights Templar, because they're always on Knights Templar. And the markings on the floor you find illuminated only by the dawn light at midsummer. What a good thing it's midsummer, are the sacred hieroglyphics drawn by Mary Magdalene. And as you struggle to decode them, forgot the Rosicrucians again, you are struck by revelation and a handy lump of metal, and you come to in a cellar, and you know your number's up, but it's all right, you solved the riddle. And the riddle that you solved is, why do books like this sell millions? And the answer is ah! The body was found clutching a small piece of paper bearing 3 numbers and what's believed to be an obscure religious symbol. The authorities are so far refusing to comment. More on this story later. But now, the weather. How many angels, how many angels, how many angels, how many angels, dancing on the head of a pin, on the head of a pin. Thank you. I had the best fun watching you with that one. Yeah. So I'm going to do a bit of a cappella now. And it's time I thanked my valiant sound crew there, who's coping with all kinds of changes and everything. Thank you very much, John. And I do thank you to the SoulFood staff for letting us come and have a wonderful evening. Thank you all so much for making us welcome. Do you see the blonde in the red swing coat and the new black shiny shoes? She looks like something from a magazine, but I guess she doesn't read the news. She said, I'll only be a couple of streets away. I'll be back before you notice I'm gone. So she's all unaware that there's anything there till he turns those red eyes on. And the wolf said, I'm the kind of guy your mother warned you about. Somebody should tell you it's not safe to be out. Don't you think my teeth are really rather fine? Little Red Riding Hood, you're mine. Help, she cries, but nobody's there to hear. And the poor girl starts to cry. She says, I'm only 17 and a half years old. I really don't want to die. And then she blows her nose in a handkerchief that's been all made fancy with lace. And the wolf's too soft for this kind of job. He's a sucker for a pretty face. And the wolf said, I'm the kind of guy your mother warned you about. Somebody should tell you it's not safe to be out. Stop your crying, honey, and dry those tears. Little Red Riding Hood, I'm here. Little lady, I'm gonna walk you home, says the wolf to Riding Hood. So she takes the army office and stands right up. They walk on back through the woods. Now every Friday evening and weekdays too, he comes calling for her at the door. And the clothes she wears will make a blind man stare. She's not a sweet little girl anymore. Now she's the kind of girl your mother warned you about. Everybody knows it isn't safe to be out. You better run for cover, hide real good, there go the wolf and Little Red Riding Hood. You better run for cover, hide real good, there go the wolf and Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah. Thank you. It's fun to bring out a song I haven't done for a very long time. It's even more fun when I remember the words. Which I did. Those were the words. I beg your pardon? I said you're safe, Frank's not here. I'm safe, they're my songs. The words are what I say they are. Yes, you're asking about Facebook. I am on Facebook. I am on LiveJournal. I have a website. My name is Talis Kimberley. I would love to see you on Facebook or whatever. And, you know, keep up with what I'm doing and what you're doing and what's happening in this lovely coffee house. So do find me later. But I won't answer until next week because I'm away, okay? Sometimes I get sequels to my songs. Back at the beginning of the first set, I sang Queen of Spindles about the Swan Princes, which is a tale that's always captivated me. And a little while later, I got the next part of the story. My brothers all, I wish you well. I wish you all good things. Who have such clever human hands, where once you each had wings. Who walk so fine upon the ground, your feathers all long gone. But as I am not man again, pray let me be a swan. My sister dear, I wish you well, whose tears I cannot dry. Am I to lose both human form and the means and strength to fly? Am I to lose my sister's love, now grief is all her song? But as I am not man again, pray let me be a swan. Oh, give me back my two white wings, and give me back the sky. I'll circle round your castle wall and bid you all goodbye. I'll circle once and choose my course, and evermore fly on. I am no prince, I am no man, pray let me be a swan. I am no prince, I am no man, but I could be a bonny swan. Thank you very much. Thank you, Betsy. I'm going to hand over to Dave for another here. I'm not sure what he's going to sing, so he'll introduce that, and I'll sit and drink some more water.
Well, I was thinking I would do a sweet love song, but
But I put you off.
but after Talis' song there, I thought I might also dip into mythology a bit. One of the greatest mythological heroes running around from the days of the King Arthur legends was Merlin. And there's a very traditional view of Merlin that's in the literature. Here's a slightly different view of Merlin. This was a song put together by a folk singer named Doug MacArthur. Well, it's not so dark in the cave tonight. Just over here there's a crack of light. Tomorrow's the day. I heard the voices coming through the wall. They're digging for a brand new shopping mall. Just knocked off for the day. Well, it's late at night, the stars are deep, and I'm okay, I don't need sleep. I've been sleeping for quite some time. And I'm ready to dance with the devil's daughter, and I don't need to walk on water, 'cause I know I can run on wine. There's voices humming through the ground, the spirits that kick old bones around, and the wind picks up again. And the ocean slows its time to wait, and the lions roar at heaven's gate. The forest people call my name. They call my name and never understood that I am the spirit of the wind and the wood, and I am the name and the writing on the wall. And I don't know when, I don't know how, I do know I'm much stronger now. I wouldn't have waked if I hadn't heard you call. Well, I remember when they put me here, the workmen are wrapped in masks of fear, slowly rolling in that stone. And they nailed my hands to a rowan tree, they burned my body, they blinded me, and they buried me here alone. And Arthur kissed my bloody eye, said, you will live, we will die, but you will harm no one here. But over a shoulder, high on a hill, I see her watching, laughing still, the lovely Guinevere. Then Arthur cursed when he saw me smile. The sun went dark, the wind went wild, and he put me in this place. For years I've slept in this holy park, slowly healing in the dark. I can hardly wait to see that workman's face. Yes, I did have trouble doing that song, Talis. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're going to sing on the next one, Dave. This is just a story. It fell into my head and came out as a song. It's on the album that I may possibly have sold out of here tonight. Yeah? Okay. Sorry, no good telling you about that. But catch me online and things. It's a song called Lady Moon. Lady Moon holds a mask before her features. They are paler than the pearls her mother wore. Lady Moon carries music in her fingers as she watches every dancer on the floor. Lady Moon's silver slippers bear her softly, and the room stills about her as she goes. Every footfall a kiss between the heavens and the earth. But which of these fine dances send the rose? He says,
Lady Moon, will you dance with me just once while I am mortal? For there is no woman I would rather gather in my arms, though the price of my impertinence be such that after just one dance I burn away to ashes, so I choose. Lady Moon, tell me, what have you to lose?
Lady Moon holds a rose of paper petals, scribed about with sweet words that she has read. She will speak to her messenger come morning, who delivered this and laid it by her bed. Ah, but for now she regards each mortal dancer, and her soft luminescence lights each face. All is still as she silently begs answer, and her will holds each one of them in place. He says,
Lady Moon, will you dance with me just once while I am mortal? For there is no woman I would rather gather in my arms, and though the price of my impertinence be such that after just one dance I burn away to ashes, so I choose. Lady Moon, tell me what have you to lose?
Lady Moon removes the mask so he can see her, and the pale fire that dances on her skin. Mute his eyes, give assent, and she steps closer. As they touch, she compels the dance begin. Now should she burn him for his courage? Should she punish him for this? Should she vanish when the dance ends, or surrender one slow kiss? Should she set him in her heavens as an avatar of light? Should she let him go now gently and hope he forgets this night? Lady Moon smiles as slowly as the world turns. Once he asked, she was helpless to refuse. But while the dance is underway and she compels the music play, Lady Moon will worry later how to choose. And after all, what has Lady Moon to lose? Thank you. Oh yes, we'll have a bit of fun with this next one. Well, this is a very sad state of affairs, you know, when you get left out of things. And it's also a very sad state of affairs when something that you were part of, you're suddenly not part of anymore. So this song is called Catching Asteroids. Oh, as long as you've been circling a bright familiar star, I've been out here catching asteroids for you. I've always gone my own strange way out where the borders are. We've never been close neighbors, this is true. Oh, you took your time discovering that I was even here. You're never right, you never even called. Back then you couldn't do enough for me. You named your cartoon dog for me, and now you never visit me at all. How I faded as I was when first we met. Our meeting came too late, the score was set. Gustav was dead, his planets incomplete, and I alone excluded from his suite. I never heard the melody. He might perhaps have written me a theme on horns, some memorable motif. Swooping strings in dark designs, the woodland drawing tangled lines, and cellos painting colors underneath. Yeah. Oh, now finally you cut me to the core. You say I'm not even a planet anymore. But for all the trials you've ever brought me through, I'm still out here catching asteroids for you. Oh, as long as you've been circling the bright familiar star, I've been out here catching asteroids for you. I've always gone my own strange way out where neighbors, this is true. And I'm still out here catching asteroids for you. Poor old Pluto, eh? What a rotten deal Pluto got. Oh yes. Where I live in Wiltshire is very close to, well, my nearest market town was called until recently Wootton Bassett. It's now known as Royal Wootton Bassett because it's where the repatriations were made over some years for soldiers who had died in Afghanistan and in Iraq. They would be brought home to Lynham, the base at Lynham, and they would come through the little town of Wootton Bassett. Something spontaneously happened one particular time. There were some members of the Royal British Legion there, and they stopped and stood to attention as the hearse went down the high street. And the next time a soldier was brought home, more of them were there and stood to attention in the high street. And before very long, the whole high street stood to attention. The shops shut, the cafes shut, the tills shut. I've been privileged to go to some of the repatriations, and this song, 1400 Hours, celebrates, rather commemorates those. I reckon I parked in the last empty place. The high street was already full. The media circus was well underway with their cameras and tripods and all. And there's Mr. Collier, whom everyone knows, in his coat and his fine feathered hat. This isn't the first time, it won't be the last. I regret that I'm certain of that. And somebody's wearing a poppy, that most symbolic of flowers. How the silence spreads when they're bringing them home. It's 1400 hours. Marshall's, the bakery. Crump and Son, butcher. G. Rouse, hardware. Well, the veteran motorbike club's out in force, and their stories should also be sung. But it's soldiers in uniform all down the street, and dear God's boy look so very young. It's good-natured chatter and stranger well-met in this Wiltshire market town. And the locals and visitors stand side by side as the shops and the cafes close down, close down. And somebody's wearing a poppy, that most symbolic of flowers. How the silence spreads, they're bringing them home. It's 1400 hours. Up. Thank you. Oh, crikey, we're heading towards the end of the set here. This is very saddening. Oh. I'm going to switch instruments and get a little more political. Mr. Collier, by the way, whom everyone knows, is the town crier of Wootton Bassett. And I did ask him his permission before putting him in. He was cool with it. He was cool with it. He's a great character. He goes off and wins prizes at town crier competitions. Which probably sounds a really weird concept to you people. Okay. Well, I believe we have some people here from the Occupy movement. Is that right? I was looking for a yes there. Either they've left or they're busy or they're not listening anymore, they don't love me anymore. Well, I suppose I'm part of the Occupy movement, having spent some time at an Occupy set up in London. I visited the St. Paul's and sang for them, and then took part in a General Assembly, and then sang for them again, because they asked me to. Ah, there you are, hey. And it was awesome, inspiring, magical, welcoming. It was also tidy and clean and organised and sanitary and healthy and welcoming and responsible. And those are the things that I've told an awful lot of people who didn't think it was all those things. Anyway, I'm blathering. Let's get on with the song. It's a very dense song. There's an awful lot in it. Anything that you hear in this song and you think, what's that all about? Go Google it or go email me later and I will tell you, because this is one of my research songs. I came out with so many. I couldn't get in the £130 cut glass goblets. I tried, but they didn't make it in the song. And it's got a joiny-any bit. On the eve of the feast of St. Judas and Simon, the good Christian Reverend Fraser resigned, while democracy stumbles and falls here on the steps of St. Paul's. The whispering galleries are noisy with rumour, great Paul saying nothing but fear like a tumour is ruling within these fine halls under the dome of St. Paul's. Christopher Robin and Christopher Wren, when will my England lie easy again? With sanctuary offered women and men who stand on equality's side, while democracy stumbles and falls here on the steps of St. Paul's. Sing it! Somewhere over in England, King's probably da-da-ting as well. Pens and stationery, jigsaws and gifts for you lovers of luxury, strangers to thrift. The economists set out their stalls under the dome of St. Paul's. Gordon Brown's laughing, so all must be well. We're a centre public to may say the bells. With your couplings and printed sail shawls, all from the shop of St. Paul's. Christopher Robin and Christopher Wren, when will my England lie easy again? With sanctuary offered for women and men who stand on equality's side. Well, the good Christian Reverend Fraser resigned, but the bulk of his colleagues have pulled down their blinds, and their restaurant serves only the finest of wines. And the organ plays Here Comes the Bride. Was a sanctuary inside these walls when this was the Church of St. Paul's, while democracy stumbles and falls here on the steps of St. Paul's. Sing it! Let's go see the cathedral again. It's sure to be open at 10:20. Was a sanctuary inside these walls when this was the Church of St. Paul's. But the tourists are missing their clotted creamstones, £14.51 adult alone. So please, if the Archbishop calls, you can tell him I've gone to St. Paul's. Christopher Robin and Christopher Wren, when will my England lie easy again? With sanctuary offered to women and men who stand on equality's side. Now the good Christian Reverend Fraser resigned, but the bulk of his colleagues pulled down their blinds, and their restaurant serves only the finest of And the organ plays Here Comes the Bride. What a sanctuary inside these walls, with the cufflinks and printed silk shawls. The economists set out their stalls. Oh, and please, if the Archbishop calls, tell him your God's not returning his calls. He's here with the rest of us, washing St. Paul's. Sing! Last one! Okay, we've got another one more. I think this will be our... It's looking like the end of the set, guys. We've made it, And nobody's fingers fell off or anything.
Already? Wow.
Okay, we've lost our corn Jenny, haven't we? Yeah. So our beautiful... I know. So our beautiful Autumn will sign for this one. Yay. But Jenny signed for it on Saturday, didn't she? And now I will only call her Corn Jenny. Oh, the Cheerios box. The Cheerios box.
Oh, yes.
Betsy and Katie found on the cereal box. We've got... No, I should tell them after this. There won't be an after. I'll tell them that... No, yes, no. Sing the damn song, Talis.
Yeah, keep them in suspense.
Yeah, I did completely forget to get anywhere near the microphone for the last one on the bouzouki. I do apologise. That was not the sound crew's fault. That was what they call user error. Okay. There we go. Is that better? Then I can move around a little bit or something. Okay. Corn Jenny, shall we turn the year a little further into winter? Corn Jenny, shall we turn the year a little further into spring? Corn Jenny, as I weave you now, are you glad that I remember? Corn Jenny, does it make you smile that the harvest's gathered in? Oh, Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, let's dance all the summer, wave goodbye. Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, with your oats and barley and wheat and rye. Hey! Corn Jenny, did you see last night how the moon rose full to bless you? Corn Jenny, did you singe your hem as the fields of stubble burned? Corn Jenny of the five in hand and a ribbon bow to dress you. Corn Jenny of the golden curves, your lesson gladly learned. Oh, Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, let's dance all the summer, ways goodbye. Corn Jenny, good Corn Jenny, with your oats and barley and wheat and rye. Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, let's dance all the summer, ways goodbye. Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, with your oats and barley and wheat and rye. Hey! Quarter turn and a tight straw bend, out and in and a plaid to end. Damp the straw before you start, mill the grain but you weave the heart. Oats and barley and wheat and rye, oats and barley and wheat and rye, oats and barley and wheat and rye, oats and barley and wheat and rye. Hey, Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, let's dance all the summer, ways goodbye. Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, oats and barley and wheat and rye. Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, let's dance all the summer, ways goodbye. Corn Jenny, good Corn Jenny, with your oats and barley and wheat and rye. Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, let's dance all the summer, ways goodbye. Corn Jenny, good Corn Jenny, with your oats and barley and wheat and rye. Corn Jenny, sweet Corn Jenny, let's dance all the summer, ways goodbye. Corn Jenny, good Corn Jenny, with your oats and barley and wheat and rye. Hey! Oats and barley and wheat and rye. Thank you so much, SoulFood Cafe. Thank you, Seattle. We've had a ball up here. Thank you.
Talis, Kimberley.
bandmates, Declan and Dave Clement, Jolyn Cornish, and your very own Betsy Tinney. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. This is a bit of a risk. I'll stick my neck above the parapet because I only wrote this 2 days ago. My muse pounced me at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was probably 2 p.m. where she is. You know, she's back in the UK. But Kathy Marr, who's a fine singer-songwriter and a friend of mine, she said this in a conversation a couple of days ago. She talked about something where and then we left it all on the field. And I had to ask her what she meant, although I sort of understood. And she meant it as a metaphor for giving it everything, giving it that last push, not holding back, not keeping for yourself, not expecting to go home with the remains. You just take it out to battle and you leave it all on the field. So I don't even know this song yet. Anything could happen. But the bit I want you to sing with, because you like the joiny bits, don't you? Okay.
Right.
Is leave it all on the field. See, it's even simpler than Spoon, okay? And you were great with Spoon. I mean, you're lovely, lovely people.
Yeah.
I haven't thanked you yet, absolutely. You've been a fantastic audience. I've just had a ball up here. Thank you all so much for your participation, your welcome, your warmth, and your company. It's really been a privilege. Okay. Dave doesn't even know this one yet, but he's on the djembe, so he might, you know. Okay. Oh, God, how does it start? Oh, yeah. So it's all about, you know, chucking everything you've got. One more kick at a splinter door, leave it all on the field. One more battle in a bloody war, leave it all on the field. You got to leave it all on the field, my friends. You better leave it all on the field. Oh, leave it all on the field, yeah. Leave it all on the field. It's up all night, so the email sent. Leave it all on the field. Zuccotti Park in a freezing tent, yeah.
Leave it all on the field.
Leave it all on the field, my friends. Better
Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the field, my friends. Leave it all on the field.
It's swinging the pole with a single vote. Leave it all on the field. It's the Selkish shawl and the goodbye note.
Leave it all on the field.
Now, leave it all on the field, my friends. You better
Leave it all on the field.
Leave it all on the field,
my
yeah.
friend. Leave it all on the field.
It's the last best hope when the rest are gone.
Leave it all on the field.
It's all or nothing on the final song.
Leave it all on the field.
You got to leave it all on the field, my friends. You better
Leave it all on the field.
Leave it all on the field,
my
yeah.
friend. Leave it all on the field.
It's don't say I can't, just tell me how.
Leave it all on the field.
Don't you go giving up on me now.
Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the field, my friend. Leave it all on the field.
It's
Leave it all on the field, my friend. Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the field, my friend. Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the field, my friend. Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the field, my friends. Leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the field, my friend. Leave it all on the field.
On the field. Do you want another one? Do you want another one? this is an energy issue song. Oh, I'll give you 2 for the price of 1. This song's even shorter than I am. My father rode a camel across the desert sand. Me, I drive a Rolls Royce and it's worth 400 grand. My eldest son, trained as a pilot, goes everywhere by plane. And his son will ride a camel and teach his sons to do the same. It's cold and getting colder, and the heating pump won't go. Throw another yellow pages on the fire. Is this what hungry is? I didn't know. There's nothing left to drop in the electric deep fat fryer. That drama I've been following was supposed to end tonight. I missed it now, the TV set's all black. Do not adjust, just said, well that's well and good. Someone better make sure that the power comes back. Is this the march of progress then? Technology's clean white heat. No, that's the wolf at your door. Is that your savior science on a white horse riding down the street? No, that's the wolf at your door. Listen to how quiet it gets when all the engines stop. Say goodbye to the traffic steady roar. Is that the sound of feeling frightened in the dark? Oh yeah, that's the wolf at your door. You've got a wolf at your door. It's dark and getting darker. This candle's no damn good. Can't see to read yesterday's times. I'd read today's, you know, but the paper boy's late. He'll get a piece of my mind when I see him. See, I'm a customer, and that gives me rights. They should figure things out, I don't care how. You hear a lot about hydrogen, why can't they use that? They ought to sort something out, starting now. Is this the march of progress then? Technology's clean white heat. No, that's the wolf at your door. Is that your savior science on a white horse riding down the street? No, that's the wolf at your door. Listen to how quiet it gets when all the engines stop. Say goodbye to the traffic steady roar. Is that the sound of feeling frightened in the dark? Hell yeah, that's the wolf at your door. You've got a wolf at your door. And Granny, what big eyes you have by torchlight. And Granny, what long nose you have. And does that come from telling lies? Granny, what big ears you have. Can you hear me breathing? And Granny, what big teeth, big teeth, big teeth, big teeth.
There's a wolf at Granny's door.
Is this the march of progress then? Technology's clean white heat. No, that's the wolf at your door. Is that your savior science on a white horse riding down the street? No, that's the wolf at your door. Listen to how quiet it gets when all the engines stop. Say goodbye to the traffic steady roar. Is that the sound you make when the awful truth sinks in? Oh yeah, that's the wolf at your door. You've got a wolf at your door. Are you scared yet? You've got a wolf at your door. I'm telling you, you've got a wolf at your door. You ought to know by now, you've got a wolf at your door. Thank you very, very much. Safe journeys home, everybody. And I hope this won't be my last trip to Seattle. Thank you. Second and Dave Clement.
And the incomparable Talis Kimberley.
I've got good people helping me do this. Thank you all very much. Catch me on Facebook, catch me online, and we'll meet up there. Thank you.
Let me hear you sing now. But we can't bomb it into peace. We can bomb the world to pieces. We can chase down all our enemies. We can even bring them to their knees. We can bomb the world to pieces, but we can't bomb it into peace. And I sing power to the peaceful, love to the peaceful, yeah. I sing power to the peaceful, love to the peaceful, yeah. I sing power to the peaceful.